Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you doing out there? I'm sorry, how are you doing out there? Welcome back to my channel. So yeah, we're gonna keep the momentum going. I have something. Hold on a second. There's an emergency vehicle out there. Hold on. When you have a condo right next to the street, you hear all of the emergency vehicles coming by all hours of the night. They are very loud. So tonight, I wanted to do a little something on Semaj Morgan. This was in part inspired by, once again, Johnny Olden's crew, including Marmarsky and Garrison and Phil. They actually dragged Semaj Morgan during that broadcast Johnny Olden did Sunday evening. And I seem to be inspired by what Garrison says. Garrison, for those of you who don't know, he's from the Ohio State fan base, and the great Johnny Olden tends to humor him, and Maniac tends to crack the whip on him. But I'm gonna play "Let's Go Blue," and then I'm gonna say a few words about Semaj Morgan. I did talk about him in the last stream. It won't be long. I'm going to go over his statistics from his first 2 years. And then Marmar, I see you there in the chat. I'm going to drop the link so you can come up and say a few words about what's going on with you and about the topic. So I will see you all on the other side of the intro. Let me make sure I can see myself here on YouTube. Let me switch this. Whoever is watching this, I hope you're having a good week wherever you are. Sports provides a nice distraction for all of us. But we all do have real lives. So I'm just waiting for this thing here. Okay, let me switch this. Yep, there's my red light. There is Semaj Morgan hamming it up after making a. Hold on, let me mute that. All right, there is the Roadrunner lady. Let me skip her. All right. Just waiting for my handsome face to show up there. There it is. All right, everybody. Let's go blue. I'll see you on the other side. Let's see. Marmarsky says go blue. Tim L says only way Semaj doesn't have a better year is he doesn't play. Jackson says say hello for me, please. I'm not familiar with you, Jackson. I'm not sure what that means. Say hello for me, please. All right, let's go blue. Please, also please smash that like button no matter how long you stay tuned into my broadcast here. Let's go blue. All right, everyone. Welcome back to Big Discussions 76 Sports. My name is Dr. Anwar Youssef Dunbar. This is my channel. I am a proud Michigan alum and a proud supporter of Michigan sports and absolutely our Michigan football Wolverines. I hope that introduction went off the way it was supposed to for you guys out there in viewerland. My computer sometimes, well, I need a new unit, and I have to reboot this often. But hopefully the introduction went off the way it was supposed to for you guys out there, because there was a slight delay here in the studio. All right, so Semaj Morgan. Well, before we start, let's get a word from Brady. I like to start with Brady.
But I was not a fan of that university in Ohio because my buddies were. So I had to be different.
You know what? Let's get a word from Ryan Day as well. A lot of people, we're almost in June, and a lot of Buckeye fans are doing this, waiting on this NCAA investigation business. So let's get a word in their honor from one Ryan Day. This is a tough team.
This is a tough team right here. We're proud to be from Ohio, and it's always been Ohio against the world, and it'll continue to be Ohio against the world. But I'll tell you what, I love those kids, and we got a tough team.
I love those kids. We've got a tough team. All right, yeah. So Johnny Olden, he does his show on Sundays, and he has all the guys up. I'm sure some of you were there this past Sunday, and Garrison and Phil, they basically dragged Semaj Morgan, and I talked about Semaj in my last stream when talking about whether or not the Sharon Moore will have a better second year as the head football coach versus the first year, and I did present a piece describing that the biggest hole in Team 145 was the offense. We all know that. We didn't have stability at the quarterback position. We had a young offensive line. We didn't have the tallest, most athletic. Well, I'll just say the tallest wide receivers, but we had capable wide receivers if we just had some semblance of a passing game. Now, one of the stories of Team 144, our beloved national championship team, one of the stories of that team was the freshman from West Bloomfield, one Semaj Morgan. So I was thinking, leading up to the stream, I first noticed Semaj Morgan. You know, there are times during a season when there are the veterans who come back on that team. On the offense, there was JJ, there was the offensive line, Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards, Khalil Mullings a little bit, Ben Bredesen, AJ Barner, Colston Loveland, Cornelius Johnson, and Roman Wilson. All those guys were there. You were looking for those guys, and then sometimes another kid breaks out, and Coach Harbaugh and Sharon Moore started putting Semaj Morgan on the field. And I was looking at his statistics for that season earlier, and he started contributing all throughout the year. Let me see if I can bring this up from the ESPN site. Okay, yeah, so see all. Let me see. That is the 2020. Let's see. (2023), our beloved Team 144. I'm going to share this with you guys. There's Semaj is right there, looking serious, though he is a bit of a clown. He loves the camera. He loves the spotlight. He often hams it up quite a bit. Please smash that like button if you haven't. Okay, so I first noticed the kid in the Penn State game, which is one of my favorite games. Shout out to my uncle Ice, the Iceman in Georgia. He thought that Michigan Penn State game that year, it stunk because it was a real black and blue a low-scoring game. I love those games. Running the ball, pounding each defense, seeing which defense will break first, quarterbacks getting hit, quarterbacks, the game being put on the shoulders of one quarterback, trying to and making him prove that he's elite. I'm talking about Drew Aller, and then JJ McCarthy having to have the patience to trust the running game and trust the offensive line. Sharon Moore filling in for Coach Harbaugh at times, going with that jumbo offensive line. I loved that game. Them wearing down that Penn State defense with Abdul Carter and Chop Robinson. Kenneth Grant chasing down Katron Allen. That's probably one of my favorite games for Michigan of all time. But Semaj Morgan, that was one of the first games where I really noticed the kid, particularly when JJ did drop back. I remember Semaj Morgan running a couple of sweeps. It might have been less, it might have been a little bit more, but I also remember wide receiver screens and bubble screens, and that's pretty much how they used him in his freshman season. End arounds, jet sweeps, wide receiver screens, and bubble screens. So looking at this here, I noticed him the most in that game, though he did receive the ball and he rushed the ball in the UNLV game, all throughout that season. Semaj Morgan contributed. And so if you go up to his individual stats, let me get rid of this. Okay, if you go to his individual stats, surprisingly, in spite of how the team won 45, in spite of how their season went for the passing game, his stats looked similar to his first year. So in 2024 and 2023, Semaj caught 22 balls for 204 yards. He scored 2 touchdowns. In 2024, he caught 27 balls for 139 yards and 1 touchdown. In 2023, he caught 4 balls. He carried the ball 4 times for 67 yards and 2 touchdowns. And in 2024, he carried the ball 6 times for 32 yards and no touchdowns. So not a big difference. Maybe a little bit less productivity in some areas. But I think the big thing is with the year that he had, I think we were all looking for his productivity to go up. Okay, and for him to be one of the Big Ten leaders in receiving and also probably in rushing for a wide receiver. But he's not a big kid. He's about 5'10", and here it says he weighs he's 5'10". He weighs 174 pounds. So he's not a big stout kid. He's a slot receiver. He's fast. But I think with the seniors going, with Cornelius going, with Roman Wilson going, everybody was expecting his production to take major leaps forward. But as a wide receiver, if your offensive line is not stout and if your quarterback is not playing well, that's going to affect your productivity, and also your offensive coordinator is going to affect your productivity. I have a short piece here. I'm going to read through it. It's really, really short. Marmar, if you're still out there, I will drop the link. If not, I will wrap the stream up as I have some other things to do. But again, this was inspired by Garrison and Phil. They were dragging Semaj Morgan on Sunday night. So I thought it would be fun to talk about number 0 if he wears the number 0 again this season. All right, let me cue this up and share it with you guys. Please smash that like button. Keep letting me know what you think there in the chat. Oh, it's the wrong one. Okay, this is entitled "Wide Receiver Semaj Morgan's Path to Michigan Football: Outlook for the 2025 season." This was written by Von Lozen, and it says, the subtitle says, can Semaj Morgan bounce back from his sophomore slump? With what transpired this offseason, it's more than possible. Today, we will detail the Michigan wide receiver's journey so far and his outlook for 2025. And there were some very, very interesting comments under this piece as well. When we look back on the 2024 Michigan Wolverines, the absolute last thing people will remember is the passing game. I don't agree with that. I think all of us are going to remember that passing game and Davis Warren throwing those picks, most notably that goal line pick to Jack Sawyer at the Snake Pit. All right. Michigan was 130th out of 133 teams in the FBS in passing offense, ahead of Navy, Air Force, and Army. Michigan's leading wide receiver last season, Tyler Morris, had just 248 yards. With a new quarterback and offensive coordinator, things are looking up for the Wolverines' pass attack in 2025. And one player in particular, junior wide receiver Semaj Morgan, could greatly benefit from the breath of fresh air. The story so far, Morgan was a 3-star high school recruit in the 2023 class. The West Bloomfield native committed to Michigan over other offers from Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Purdue, Maryland, and more. West Bloomfield, that's a very, very nice Detroit suburb, a very nice Detroit suburb. So he comes from a good area and a good family. Despite his low ranking, Morgan saw the field right away as a freshman, playing in every single game in 2023. He racked up 22 receptions for 204 yards and 2 touchdowns, as well as 4 carries for 67 yards and 2 touchdowns. There's a video here on X. This is Michigan's 28-7 victory over Indiana. I'm not going to play that. In addition to his contributions on offense, Morgan was also electric as a return man. He has yet to return a kick or a punt for a touchdown in his career, but he came this close in the Big Ten championship. He was awarded all Big Ten honorable mention by the coaches and media as a true freshman. So word is Coach Harbaugh really, really loved this kid. And after several of those games, Coach Harbaugh gave Semaj Morgan the mic, and Semaj Morgan loves hamming it up for the camera. So that clip right there, I'm not going to play that. That was from his return against Iowa in the Big Ten championship game. He almost returned it. The Wolverines were banged up in that game, and so they could have used that touchdown. They won the game, but yeah, everybody on offense was pretty much banged up. So the Wolverines pretty much outlasted Iowa in that game. But people remember Semaj not for the return itself, but for him not making it all the way to the end zone. And there's a comment underneath this post about that, which I'll read for you all. All right. However, Morgan took a major step back in 2024. He only caught 27 passes for 139 yards and one touchdown, with his lone score coming in garbage time in the loss to Texas. Former offensive coordinator Kirk Campbell constantly called plays for Morgan to catch the ball behind the line of scrimmage, resulting in negative plays time and time again. Most of his targets last year, 16, came behind the line of scrimmage per Pro Football Facts, while another 14 targets came within 0 to 9 yards of the line of scrimmage. He caught one pass in 2024, the aforementioned Texas touchdown that went for more than 20 yards. For a player that was lightning in a bottle in high school, per 24/7 Sports, Alan Trieu, the way Morgan was utilized was completely unacceptable. It was a total malpractice for Campbell, who continuously put his guys, Morgan and Donovan Edwards, especially in positions to fail. It's a shame Sharon Moore allowed this to happen for the entire season. I'm not saying that was the only reason for Morgan's sophomore slump, but there's no doubt it played a big role. All right, we're just about at the end. Please smash that like button. Let me know what you think there in the chat. Marmarski, I'm almost done here. Heading into his junior year, Morgan has a phenomenal opportunity to bounce back under new offensive coordinator Chip Linsay, a coach known to scheme his receivers open and provide them with opportunities to rack up yards after the catch. Of course, Morgan will very likely get passes thrown his way in the screen game, near/at the line of scrimmage, but it would also be beneficial to have him run some slants, hitches, quick outs, etc. Having him do more than just end arounds and screens would make things less predictable and put him in better positions to succeed. Even Morgan recently said as much. I feel like when Coach Linsay came in, he's seen the type of player I was throughout the spring, Morgan said. It's already night and day because I'm running more routes. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I really do. I'm a technician when it comes to routes. So I don't want to be running bubbles all day and stuff like Coach Campbell had me doing. That's not for me. That's not my thing. Coach Linsay really understands me. He has me running routes down the field. I still run bubbles and stuff, but I'm a receiver. I'm a complete player. So I'm not just like a bubble guy or end around guy. So that's how I feel. I feel like Coach Linsay, like he knew he was getting with me, and he can't wait to use me, and I can't wait to play for him. Michigan's pass game can't be much worse this year than it was last year. Hell, it was the worst FBS team in passing offense outside of 3 service academies. So the hope is that Morgan can bounce back in 2025 and get back to where he was as a freshman. Moore did his best to help the wide receivers this offseason by landing Bryce Underwood and hiring Linsay. If Linsay and the offense can unlock the explosiveness Morgan showed as a freshman, he could be one of the Wolverines' most valuable weapons in 2025. All we can do now is hope the days of Michigan wasting dynamic pass catchers are behind us. All right, that's it. Marmar, I am going to drop the chat. If anyone else wants to come up and give your 2 cents, you're welcome to come up as well. Let me just drop this. I'm going to look for something here. Marmar, the link is there, and we can rock out for another 30 minutes. All right. That link is there. If anybody wants to come up and say something, you're welcome to do so. Let's see. Yeah, but I think what happened to Semaj, I mean, it sucked that he didn't have the breakout sophomore season. As a matter of fact, he had a bit of a sophomore slump. But the adversity is good. Adversity, it teaches you things, okay? And he experienced the high highs. He experienced the low lows. And that is the perfect recipe for him being a leader for the team going forward. So he can coach up the younger guys and say, hey, I won a natty. I won the Big Ten title. I know what that feels like. And then he had last year. And so now he can build upon that and rebound and help lead the team now. Marmarski, how you doing?
What's up, brother, man?
Nothing much. How about you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good, good.
That's good. What you doing?
Good, man. Good. How's your family? You and your family doing?
So this is not the kids I got here is not the kid I had with the girl that lost the son. So I don't know how they doing, but we over here, we good.
Okay.
We good. I mean, it sucks, but life still goes on because I got four babies in the house.
Okay.
hmm
Okay.
So how you doing?
Good, man. Good, good, good. Just I mean, this is minor. I mean, compared to other things, but just trying to get through the work week here and get some rest. You know.
Nobody's situation is better than the other person. And that's how I try to look at it. Like it's not it's it's all right. Over this way I'm good. I mean, I gotta manage, I gotta get through it, I gotta overcome the obstacle. I'm ready for the healing process. I'm ready to get this done over with on Friday and then go on with the healing process.
hmm
That's it. I mean, he's a good young man, so that's it.
Okay.
I mean, I got closure, so I mean I ain't worried about it. It's the other half. Yeah, like I said, I got closure and I'm okay over this way. Like I said, I got to get up and go to work every day. I gotta, take care of the four kids in here. So yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right. All right. Good. 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 All right. How long did y'all rock out on Sunday?
About 4 hours.
4 hours. Okay. Okay.
hmm
I was
Yes, sir.
thank you. I was gonna say thank you for sending me the show. I wanted to come up, but I went to go ride my bike, get some exercise
You
in.
all right? It's all right. It's all right. Thank you for the
Yeah.
support. His name was Tayshawn. He much appreciated. He's a Michigan fan as well. So, um, yep. So he good. We good.
Okay.
I'm in high spirits. I mean, what else? I'm in high spirits. I'm good, man. It's like we talked before this happened. We had closure. He said he loved me and I loved you, and I'm glad he know that. He know that. So he good, man. He's a good boy.
Okay. Okay. Good deal. Good
I
deal.
see you was doing a video on Semaj Morgan. So
Yeah. Got any thoughts on that? Because
yeah,
Garrison and Phil, man, they was dragging him, man. I didn't know.
but okay, so you see how so the difference on how Sharon Moore used Miles Morgan the year prior compared to how Kirk
Kirk
Campbell
Campbell.
used them. Okay, so appreciate it, big dog. Uh, and so he Harbaugh. I was watching some games, but especially in the Rose Bowl game, he trusted Miles Morgan a lot. He trusts that freshman because he's seen something in him. But Sharon Moore and Jim Harbaugh's system worked together for Samaj. It didn't work like Sharon Moore and Kirk Campbell's system didn't work at all. So, what up? So, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. I seen that, but last year he didn't get utilized the best way. I, yeah, the offensive line wasn't blocking for people. It was just bad all around in the beginning of the year last year.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
the
I think
beginning.
Yeah, I think the entire offense, changed over, and a lot of those uh, pieces that were around him, they weren't around him last year. So the whole chemistry was different. The whole thing was different. So, and his freshman year, he wasn't playing a leading role. He was coming in and complementing the other guys. So there was a step up, and overall, talent wise, quarterback wise, there was a step back. So it was just, yeah.
Yeah,
It probably
yeah,
couldn't have
that's
gone
just
any other
what. Yeah, like I said, I was at the Fresno State game, and he was throwing a lot of he was just he couldn't see the field. Warren could not see the field. I don't know how he pulled that off in Columbus, but he did.
way. Well, the defense slowed down,
Facts, Maurice. Big
or was it
facts.
Chip Kelly just called it a dumb game? Some mixture of the two, and then Khalil had a monster game, and that was
Nah, I just thought Ohio State went in there overconfident. And Sharon Moore told them that before they went out on the field. They overconfident. They think they about to steamroll y'all. And the Michigan players was like, nah, you ain't about to. I don't know what they think this is over here, but this is not what it was. So yeah, yep. So Sharon Moore already had them boys ready before they hit the field. He's probably telling them, hey, they think they about to beat y'all by 23 points. And Michigan, the Michigan team wasn't hearing none of that.
hmm
They went out there and shut Ohio State down. I mean, shut them down. One of the best performances we've seen all season. Then they go duplicate it in the bowl game. Then we got a whole train of monsters coming back on the defensive end. I mean, the defensive side of the ball. A lot of depth, a lot of rotation depth at that. Michigan gonna be a problem this year. I keep telling people, Michigan gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. They're yeah, and it was beautiful to see in the spring game all those balls going vertical. Bryce taking all those shots. Um, so everybody's going to eat this year, I think.
Yeah, everybody. It's gonna be so crazy. People ain't gonna be able to talk now. And then the panic set in November. Michigan undefeated going into November. Teams up that Ohio State gonna be panicking because if their record is not suitable enough, say they come in that game 9-3, 9-2, and lose to Michigan again with a better quarterback and a way better defense than they had last year. This defense took like 20 steps. This defense took like 20 steps. Incoming. They added depth on the defensive line. These young boys showed out in the bowl game. Did you see how they were harassing the Alabama front seven? They were they were harassing them. They were harassing them. That defensive line the offensive line for Alabama was having nightmares from the Rose Bowl. Well, how do we stop these guys? They keep coming through. It's bull us. It's stunts. Everybody talking about what's the face needed to use stunt more. Well, them last two games, Ohio State and Alabama, they used a lot of stunt on the defensive side. A lot of it. If you go rewatch the game, you'll see that there's a lot of stunning now, and a lot of our Michigan fan base and the podcaster was calling that out. Like they need to stunt more, and so that's what they did, and it worked. And then Wink at the spring game say we're gonna use the linebackers. We're gonna run the defense through the linebackers. Boy, that's crazy. That's gonna be deadly because that'll be our two best assets on the defense. So last year was Grant and Graham. This year's gonna be Hosman and Barham.
Arham.
Yeah. So now they the leaders,
Yeah.
and we just gonna wait on Rod Moore to get healthy. I just met a guy at work that knows Rod Moore's dad. Cause I'm down here in the Dayton area, so
Yeah, and he's an Ohio kid.
yeah, he from Dayton. And
Okay.
this guy at my job, man, he was coming to clean the place, and he was like, "You a Michigan fan?" I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "I know Rod Moore's dad. I went to school with him. He be in the neighborhood all the time." I said, "Wow, that's crazy." His name is Rod Moore Senior, and then Rod Moore Junior is who played for us. Yep, 11 times in 2 games. That's a nightmare. And that's what Michigan did. Over the last 2 games against Alabama, Michigan wasn't beating Alabama consistently like that. We ain't beat Alabama since what? Brady? They steamrolled us with Denard Robinson and Gardner. They steamrolled us.
Yeah, and then in that
But,
bowl game with Shea Patterson.
yeah, with Shaver, they beat the crap out of us. And then now we return to flavor. Now, now we dominating Alabama because DeBoer ain't it. You can't replace. See, Washington had that run because of the Pac-10. I mean, the Pac-12. He was in the Pac-12. That's why. Because what? The only team that gave Washington that national championship team, uh, not champions, but championship team that got to the game. Washington. The only people that challenged Washington was Oregon. That's it. That was the only people that challenged them. Oregon. So, yep, yep.
Yeah, because they smacked Texas. I mean, Texas made it close at the end, but they were pretty much moving the
Nah,
ball
they
away.
start. So I think in that game with that Texas Washington,
Yeah,
Texas had a chance to win it and win that game.
yeah.
It came down to the last play, and Washington blew a big time lead. They were whooping. They were beating Texas. They were beating them, and then that's what the film I think Michigan watched is that collapse in the second half.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that collapse in the second half.
Yeah, they had Penix running for his life, man. Penix was limping off the field at the end of that game.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Okay.
yes, they was.
Okay. So Rod Morris from right there in Dayton. Yeah, yeah, that pick, that game sealing pick on Kyle McCord, and then that wave goodbye. Yeah, that was iconic.
Yeah, that was for him. That's for them passing up on him.
Oh, he wanted to go to Ohio State first?
Nah, they just never gave him an offer. They
Okay.
just never gave him an offer.
Okay.
Yep, they
Okay.
just never gave him an offer. So,
Okay. Well, yeah, I just want to come on here and I talked about Semaj uh uh I didn't realize he changed his number from 82 to 0 last year.
yeah, he did that. Yep,
Was that
he
was that the
sure
same
did
number
that.
was that the same number Mikey wore? Didn't Mikey wear 0?
And so did Stewart.
Josiah.
Josiah Stewart. And Mikey Sanders did.
Okay, they got a little tradition going there, like the number 1.
And who they get number 1 to this year? Macaulay.
Macaulay.
Let me
Okay.
see. He gonna live up to that height too. Watch.
Yeah, because that's
Gonna be
he's a tall, athletic kid.
He gonna be nice. He's gonna be real nice. People gonna be shocked that Michigan got a receiver this year. It's gonna be crazy work. It's
Yeah,
just gonna look like a 2.0, how the 2023 offense look. It's just gonna be more equipped and faster. You don't want to be too fast. See, I like an offense that can methodically move the ball down the field. You know what I'm saying? That takes clock, that beats down the other team, and you don't have to. You can keep your defense fresh. Now, if you got a rotational defense that you can rotate in about 15 to 10 guys out of the rotation throughout the
hmm
game, then
hmm
you're okay. You can run up. You can have your offense run up and down the field quickly and beat the team. But if you ain't got depth, you methodically moving down the field and you drain clock.
Okay. So Kenneth Joyce. Before I answer this, yeah, I said before you came up that Penn State game is one of my favorite games because it was, my uncle in Georgia. Shout out to my uncle Ice. Yeah, he was clowning Michigan and Penn State for that game. But I love that game. That game was fun. It was physical. It was mostly running. Okay, it was a defensive game, and it was just seeing which defense would crack first. And I love when Sharon brought out that 7-man offensive line. That jumbo offensive line. So yeah, I like games like that.
Yeah, because we kept getting beat on the edges. So, you know, that's it.
Yeah. So Kenneth says, "Hey Doc, you going to any games this year?" Kenneth, I'm looking at that right now. I'm trying to figure that out right now. So I know you, Marmar. You said you're going to the first game, the New Mexico game. Kenneth, are you local? Are you in Michigan? Are you
Yeah, I'm going to the Central Michigan game too.
okay? Okay, that's the week after Oklahoma.
Yep.
Okay, maybe okay. I'm figuring all that out right now, guys. So um yeah, we'll see. I didn't go to Ann Arbor last year, but I need to go back. Oh, Kenneth is in Columbus. You know what? I've never been to the shoe. That's on my bucket list to go to the shoe and see a game. So I've
You
been
don't want to.
say what?
You don't want to.
Nah, how come? It's like
Hey,
going to
but
a Raider
since
game.
I take that back. Since it's our new home, we can go there whenever we want.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Well, I heard
That's our
at
new
times.
home. We done moved our stuff in there and everything.
Okay. Well, now, but I heard at times it was like going to a Raiders game because I heard that they were really, really, um, yeah, really nasty to us.
Buckeye fans, they've been good these last couple of days since we've been doing this stuff with the podcast. They've been shouting out uh, support and love and all that. So I'll respect them in that aspect when it comes to humanity. So yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I've been through Columbus once, but never to a game. So that's on my list. Okay. So, Kenneth, to answer your question, to be announced. Be announced which game I go to or which games I go to. Um, all right, Marmar, do you have anything else?
no,
Okay. All right.
I
Well, I just
appreciate
want
you
to.
having me.
No problem. I just want to keep this momentum going. You're part of the reason I'm keeping this going over this
Nah,
little
hey,
period right
listen, we the more we go, the better we get. So it don't even
now.
matter.
Yeah.
We just two Michigan, passionate Michigan fans. discussing stuff right now. It's little, but soon I will have more intel, and then I'm gonna slide it to you, and then we can cook.
All right. Well, the next big thing is the NCAA hearing that's coming up in like
Yeah, that's June. Yeah,
week
June 6th. So yeah, we.
6th. That's next
But
week.
a decision. But listen, they gonna drag that out too. After the meeting, it's gonna be another drag out session. They dragging it out because they really don't. If you had enough evidence, like in a court of law, if I got enough evidence, why am I keep dragging the trial date out? Now we going right away, and we got enough to prosecute. We are confident in our case to prosecute, and
Hmm.
that's what happens. But the NCAA keep dragging it out. Why do you keep dragging it out? We don't want to keep dragging it out.
Yeah. I say look for Buckeye fan to be going crazy next week leading up to that. They'll probably, be
No,
shut
you
down.
gotta wait till when they finally come. No, you wait until they finally all this is said and done and over with. And when the hammer don't come like they think it's gonna come, we just gonna okay, we told you, and then we gonna move on. We got 2025 season coming. We ain't gotta worry. We ain't gotta listen to them anymore. After this is said and done, they don't have nothing else to say.
Hmm.
When it's done, when the conclusion is said and done, and they don't give Michigan what everybody think they gonna give Ohio State fans and Michigan State fans, they gonna lose their mind. These two cities, they're gonna be on fire alert because they're gonna set them cities on fire, Columbus and East Lansing, when they find out Michigan ain't getting the hammer. I keep telling people it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be Fox News, CNN, on all these news stations, Newsmax. It's gonna make them all ABC, NBC. Yeah, it's gonna be all over the place. If Michigan don't get the hammer, they gonna lose their minds.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Well, Marmar Ski, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off.
Could you pull up Maurice's last comment?
Yeah.
90 days after June 6th. I mean June 6th. This is playing right into Michigan favor. Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by the court of law. Like, if they had enough evidence, they would have been already been able to prosecute Michigan. You know what I'm saying? They have so much evidence, they already been moved to trial already. But this been getting dragged out since what? 23? It's 2025. Come on, bro. Like, why I gotta keep going? This could have been settled a long time ago. A long time ago.
Hmm. Okay.
Yep. All right.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go
Peace
ahead and
out, brother.
hop off. Thank you, Marmar.
Oh, yeah.
I'll talk to you.
All right. God bless.
Peace.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and uh, wrap the show up. Is he still there? I think he froze. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the show up, everybody. Thank you to those of you in the chat who hung out, and if you're watching on the playback, please smash that like button and let me know what you think in the comment section about anything we talked about Semaj Morgan, about Team 145, about Team 146, about the upcoming investigation results. If you have thoughts on any of it, let me know in the chat. If you want a copy of my sports-related book, The Engineers of Western New York Basketball Story, Part 1, Innocent Basketball Dreams, Marmar's back. You could, the hardcover is going for 27, and the paperback's going for 22. The shipping and handling is built into that. Just use any one of those methods there on the ticker, and make sure you send me your mailing address. Yeah. Okay. Let's see, Marmar, you were back, but I'm not seeing anything here. So I'm going to, yeah, wind this down. Everybody, have a good night. Go blue. As always, remember that your attitude determines your altitude. Yeah, always try to do your best. Take care, and I will talk to you the next time. And yeah, I think Semaj Morgan is going to have a breakout year, regardless of what Garrison and Phil said. Yeah, Semaj Morgan is going to have a big year. Anyhow, I'll talk to you all the next time. Have a good night. Bye-bye.